Hello, welcome. I'm Wasp UK. This is my video for today. I'm just going to basically talk to you very quickly about me, a little bit of history about me, and then currently today about how I feel about iRacing. Because I just really feel that I need to get this video out there and get people's comments and etc. I'm 59 years old. I've been gaming since I was about 10 years old. Started with the old-fashioned console on the TV with the tennis and the paddles run up and down the side with a ball that goes beep 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 and all that sort of rubbish. Progressed on to a Commodore 64 and then your PlayStation 1, 2, 3. Currently got a 4, not bought a 5. I've had Xbox pretty much 1, 2, and 3, I think, and all that sort of stuff, and a few handhelds in between, a PSP, laptops, and then started learning how to build computers in my 20s. Got very proficient at that. Now building gaming PCs, high end. And over the years, as you grow and mature as an adult, you can spend more money on your PC. So now I would say I currently have a mid to top end range PC. Um, Along that period of time, I progressed through all sorts of different types of games and genres. I like everything. There's nothing that I don't like, but obviously I have my favourites, which tends to be racing games, simulators, and first-person shooters. So I like anything that flies, drives, or floats, and shoots, basically. So that's pretty much it. That's me and a teacup. As far as my skills, obviously, I'm not an what they call it, e-play type. E-sports is what I'm trying to say. E-sports top-notch player. I could have been in competitions when I was younger, but they didn't have many around then, and it wasn't the fad, so I never did that. Although I would have been competitive for sure. With Battlefield, I did join a clan, um, probably 20 years ago now, where we did become top in Europe on clan base for a while. So, I'm pretty proficient at what I do. I'm not a noob, but I'm not the best. But I'm above average, I would say, in most things. In driving sims, when I was younger and I had some nice, like proper rig and stuff like that, um, I was probably a little better, but I couldn't afford a decent steering wheel, so it was always Logitech steering wheels, 25, 27, 29, and then whichever iterations after that, but not the direct drive. And it is only recently that I finally dived into getting a direct drive. But this was after 3 years of ill health with long COVID and muscular problems and trapped nerves and things. So I do find the direct drive a little bit heavy on my wrists for prolonged periods. So I don't want to ramble on. That's a bit about me. So basically, I'm your average Joe who knows a little bit about what he's talking about, and I'm trying not to be biased in any way, shape, or form. Now, coming to iRacing, as you can see on the screen here. Now, I've been doing iRacing since it started. I did fairly well. I got up to a C license. I think at one point maybe even B. I'm not sure, but no higher than that because I really didn't put the time into it, and I didn't personally enjoy iRacing, not because of the way it drives or looks, but because of the cost. And it's only in my maturer years that I can now actually afford to purchase additional tracks and cars by any number, should I wish to, but I don't. And I'll explain more about that later. Um, what my video is about today is if someone comes into iRacing as a new person, they have one problem, and that problem is unless they're willing or they're interested in really dedicating it being a serious sim racer, this isn't the game for you. If you're a gamer, it doesn't hold much content for you because most gamers, young people that don't have the money or people who don't wish to spend the money, will purchase a 3 month, 6 month, or 1 year package, get the standard vehicles, and then possibly won't wish to buy the additionals, because every car is about £10. Every track is probably about, I don't know, £15, let's say. Um, and if you're playing with friends that have or are serious and have multiple tracks and cars, then it's going to be costly. Now, an average game nowadays is anywhere between £40 and £60. Average content in most sort of sim race games will have, and I'm talking um, Forza, P cars, a set of Corsa, all the famous brands. They'll develop a game and they'll have 20 cars in it from the start with about 10 tracks or 15 tracks. There's a lot of content to be had for that money. And then additionally to that, they'll bring updates which will cost you anywhere between 5 and 15 or £20, and they'll give you another 5, 10 cars, 5 or 10 tracks. So the value for money is pretty good. The entertainment and the longevity is normally quite good, and you get all the normal updates and bug fixes. With iRacing, that's not the case. It's been going a very long time. Graphically, it has improved, but nowhere to the extent of a lot of the other games. I'm going to call them games as opposed to sims. A lot of them are sims, but for this purpose of this video, we will call them games. They have moved on and got new engines like the Frostbite engines and things like that, which give you outstanding realistic graphics. Weather is the latest one. iRacing has only just got rain, and the rain is only applicable to a very few of the cars that are in the game, and most of these are cars that someone who's new to iRacing won't have, so you won't be able to experience that. So again, they put you in a position where you have to purchase stuff. Now, I have purchased probably 3 or 4 cars and probably 5 tracks in the time that I've had iRacing over the years. And even now on a D license, as you can see on here, match all the tags, the races I'm eligible for, the owned content, the fixed setup, and my license and what's below my license. When you filter it, there's nothing I can race. That would be more so for someone who's just started, because they wouldn't have the cars and tracks that I've had. Now, because I bought my cars and tracks so long ago, to be fair, they have become obsolete, which is annoying, because if you have what I call a vanilla race game or a game as opposed to a sim, your cars don't become obsolete. They remain with you forever. So you've purchased something and they've taken it away. So to me, again, that's unfair. This content, if I take away the fixed setup, so I can use multi setups, which again for novices and beginners and people that are new, this restricts them to, or not restricts them, let's say inhibits them from racing, because they're racing against people who have been doing it for a while and know how to do setups, which again is a bit unfair. There should be, they do fixed setup races, but only on cars, a lot of cars that aren't free, which is a shame. As I say, on Rookie, you can see it there. I'm not lying to you, it's there, the proof. So take away fixed setup, still nothing. Go back to fixed setup and take away the Rookie license, because I'm on a D license. You get one type of race this month as of today, which is the 19th of March 2024. Now, if I take away fixed setups, oh look, I get 2 types of race. That isn't a lot. In fact, that is nothing. You would expect at least 6 or 7 types of races that you can go into of different types. Now, what I will do, this is set on sports cars. So just to be fair, we'll go back to Fits and Rookie. We'll go in and we'll change it to all types of cars, because it does cover, dirt, track, Indy, NASCAR, all that sort of thing. So we'll go all series, nada, nothing. Take away Rookie, still got butt kicker. Take away fixed setup, got 1 extra, Formula 1600. That's for eligible owned content on my class. Put the Rookie back in, nothing there. So if I take away owned content, keeping it eligible for both rookie and D-class, it's not showing anything. Now, that is either, taking away eligible, obviously, with owned content will be blank. Sorry, I need to go eligible, but take away owned content, nothing. So there's either something inherently wrong with their system and how it filters, or there's just not the right option. So just be on the safe side with that. Let's take away rookie. Boom. Okay, so what that shows you, as a rookie, you've hardly got anything to play. If you come in new to this as a rookie with no extras, you're really restricted as to what you can race, which I think is unfair for the money you pay. If you're in there once, obviously without the own content, wow, look, yeah, okay, loads of races, but what does that prove? It proves that this game is tailored for two types of people. Serious racers who know the genre that they want to race, and they will invest in that car and the tracks that come with it. Or it's that people who want to race really sort of competitively, but also at the same time have a vast choice of cars and some fun as in gamers, and this forces you to buy each and every vehicle. So what this basically, I'm hoping this video proves, is that this iRacing has gone from being a serious simulator for people who are serious about racing to a money making machine. That's basically my opinion of it. It is good, it is fun. If you're in the lower classes, you have to adhere to some basic principles, and those principles are: you can't play in this simulator like you play in a game. The reason I say that is, if you go with the mindset of, oh, if I crash I reset, I'm not worried about other people because I won't get penalised. This is a simulator. This is where people want to take it seriously. It's based at people, or it was originally at people to take it seriously. So when you're in those lower classes, the risks you have are you'll be racing with people who treat it as a game when you're trying to be serious. And the problem you get with that is you get rammers, crashers, people that drive back on the track. And although the system has algorithms to try and be fair with the points and the licensing, etc., it can't detect certain scenarios, like if a car spins off the track, you're driving absolutely perfectly, excellently, not cutting corners, being safe. The car spins on the track in front of you from out of your peripheral view. Even though you try and apply brakes and swerve, you get hit, you will lose points. If someone rams you from behind and knocks you off the track, you will get points. If someone nudges you and you cut a corner because of that nudge, you will get points for corner cutting, even though it wasn't an intentional one. And these are some of the inherent problems with it. Now, I know not everything's perfect, but if you're going to charge a fairly seriously amount of money for something that is appertaining to be the closest thing to real life, then it also needs to be a decent balance of what you get to race, how much it costs, and how it plays out. It has to be fair. You can't have the best and most realistic racing game and then you get penalised if a leaf hits your windscreen. As a matter, as a scenario, it does really wind me up. And I just wondered if anybody else out there shares the same feelings. I understand all of my friends that race this adore the game. They've all got their licenses up and they've basically taught me something new. And that is, if you buy this game, you have to be patient. You've got to drive it not to win, but take the opportunity to win. Or be excellent in your driving proficiency to the point where you'll always be on pole and you're always coming first, which is nigh on impossible for most people. So for the average Joe, you have to drive with due care and diligence, and almost forfeit that that ambition of trying to push, trying to overtake, because you don't want to take that risk and don't want to get that license if you make a mistake or if someone else makes a mistake. So much so to the point that I've been told, don't qualify, start at the back. That just goes against the whole ethos and whole point of racing. Um, don't take lunges or chances for corners. Again, that's what racing is about to me. Um, and just try and stay out of trouble and avoid idiots, which again is impossible. You can't avoid if someone comes on and decides they just want to wreck everyone's game. You can't avoid that. Now I know that the devs and the makers of the game can't immediately read people's minds and their intentions of how they're going to race and how they're going to be, but they've definitely got the ability and the tools to work out algorithms that say when a car is braking for a corner, as long as it's not a full-on brake, because they can measure whether it's a brake check as opposed to braking for a corner, causing a car from behind hitting you, or whether they're not braking or they're accelerating even to ram you from behind. These are all or all things that they can measure to work out whether, or at least ascertain to a certain point, whether that person's doing something intentionally or not, or who's at fault. But it doesn't appear or doesn't seem to be like that in the majority of the cases. You do have obviously the right to appeal and make a complaint against people, and they will ban some people, but that doesn't give you back the points that you've lost, or on your iRating or your license, which means that person is penalised even if the other person, you know, is disciplined for what they do or banned even. And then for every appeal you make, there's another 10 people coming into this iRacing with the wrong attitude. And it's just slightly flawed. And for what it costs, for me, I won't be, well, highly unlikely that I'll be purchasing more membership, more time, or more cars, or more tracks. So anyway, that's my little moan about. I actually really do like racing in iRacing when everyone's driving sensibly, and I don't mind the odd accident. Accidents will happen. I understand this, but not when it's deliberate or through complete stupidity. And the fact that you get penalised for other people's stupidity annoys me, and the fact that if I want to get out of that ilk, I need to purchase more tracks, more cars. I've even had friends say, let me take, because I'm at my license, let me take your car, I'll drive for you, because I'm proficient and I'm highly skilled, or whatever reason. I will drive every day for you and get your license up so you can join us. And there's another bugbear. Even if I end up in a higher license bracket where people drive better, you still have the problem where the system can't determine from deliberate or accidental. You will still get penalised if someone hits you and it's not your fault. So you've still got that inherent design fault as such. And also on that, you have the downside that you haven't made your way to the top, because as I've declined all offers, I would feel that I have cheated. So I don't want to do it. I want to do it off my own merits and my own efforts, which they understand and they appreciate. Um, and then the other shortfall of that, even once you're up there is no guarantee that you're going to get in the same split with your friends so you can all race together, which is what gaming is about. Now, if 3 of us were real life drivers and we all went to the same meeting, we would all get in the same race. Pretty much so. But because of the way, obviously there's so many people and so many servers, you get split up. They should have a friend link system that would enable people with the same levels of license and iRating to be able to get into the same splits to make it more enjoyable. Now, if you had that might encourage people like me to purchase more cars, etc., because you'll be playing with people you trust, people you know, and hopefully that would reduce the amount of intentional or non-intentional stupidic accidents, let's say, and make it more fun and a lot more interesting. Anyway, that's my penny's worth. Please give me your comments, your opinions, your arguments. It's all welcome. No abuse or profanity, please. And thank you for watching my video. Again, subscribe, like, etc. And you will see me racing on the next video. Thank you so much for watching.